What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video, boys, we got us a fun one here. This is going to be interesting. We're going to see what happens between these three Italian monsters. We got two Ducatis and one Aprilia, and they're going on that one dyno, and we're going to see what kind of power differences these things make. So this is our 25 Ducati Panigale V4S giveaway bike. It has a Aero slip-on and a Ducati upmap and a Sprint street style air filter, okay? So pretty basic modifications, but it makes pretty big power. We've already seen that on our dyno. And here we've got our buddy, that M1000 guy, M1K guy, has brought us his fully, I'm gonna call it roll race prepped Ducati Panigale V4, and this thing is absolutely sick. He's got a fortune, I got a fortune in that one. He got fortune times 2, or at least 1.5, but this thing is super badass. Full $11,000, let's call it, exhaust pipe. So me, I got the Bobo. This is the $4,500 exhaust, right? You know, I could only get the cheap one. $4,500 for this titanium Aero slip-on. Absolutely astounding prices these things got. And then the $11,000. My man spent double on his exhaust pipe. Over double. So anyways, we're gonna see, was the double the money on the exhaust worth it? Now, me, I spent more money on the bike because we got the V4S. We got the forged wheels. He saved money on the bike and then spent the money on carbon fiber BST wheels. So I guess you would say the bikes, like, we kind of sort of washed on the price of the bike if you're gonna get the wheels. Me personally, I like his carbon fiber wheels a lot better than these wheels. But is this stuff gonna be worth the money? We're gonna find out in today's video. And then we've got an Aprilia 1100 factory that we're going to be putting on the dyno to see, can it hang with the brand new Ducatis? Stay with us, guys. Here we go. I gave you the brief rundown on his bike. I'm gonna let that M1K guy give you the whole rundown. Tell us what all you got going on this thing. It looks super badass, dude. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to lower mine. I wanted to slam it. I wanted to do all the stuff you did, but the Ducati Pierce, ooh, you ruined the bike. It's meant to go in a curve. I mean, I hear you, whatever, but
sits so tall. Like, you have to lower this bike. Even lowering it 1 inch still doesn't ruin the handling whatsoever.
Yeah, man. So it looks good, dude. Tell us what you got done to this thing.
I got Brentoon Stage 2 with their velocity stacks. Obviously the full Acro exhaust, and then the Sprint filter.
All right, and your warranty is gone.
Yep.
All right.
I've had the bike over a year anyway, so it's gone regardless.
Gone regardless. So me, I kept the Ducati up map, which basically is just gonna make our fueling a little safe and keep our factory warranty, because in a giveaway bike, we didn't want to give you guys something that was going to grenade. Not saying that this one's going to grenade, but it ain't got no warranty. So anyways, is all this extra money going to be worth it? Let's load the stocker on the dyno. Let's see what it makes. Then same dyno, same day, same weather, same everything. We're going to do this one and see what we get out of it. Here we go, boys. She's all warmed up, ready to go. Traction control is off on the dyno. Let's see what this thing makes. one more pull. I think the first time we dynoed this thing, it was in the cool/cold weather. 198, 199, and 200 horsepower. But this is what I ain't a fan of. So we'll see if the BT Moto Flash fixes that. Plus two, I feel like with the up map, it doesn't rev quite as high as it did from the factory.
You lose like 500 RPM.
I thought so, because I'm like, man, I swear when I dynoed this thing stock and it only made 180 something horsepower, but like I was getting to the factory red line. Well, now she don't quite give you all the factory red line. I don't know.
You're at like 14.5.
Yeah,
right?
so it don't go red till 15.
Yeah.
Well, here's 14 and some change and we hit a wall. So anyways, we warmed the tire up a little bit before we got it on there, and we did 3 pulls back to back to back. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing with his bike, see what it does, and see if the extra, what, 5, 6, 7, $8,000 worth of modifications get. We're about to find out. Here we go. All right, guys, that M1K guy, we got his bike loaded on the dyno. Here he is. Let's talk about predictions, okay? What do you, I'll let you go first, because honestly, you have researched these things way more than I am. I'm a Japanese guy, not afraid to admit it, not a Ducati expert, right? What do you think you're gonna make on the dyno? Now, both bikes are on 93 octane pump gas too.
Yep. So we're guessing around 210, 208, right around that mark.
I gave it a little bit more.
He gave it a
I
little
said
bit
maybe 211, 212.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a 211 and a 208.
Yeah, I said 208.
And I'm not gonna lie, 208 was the number that was popping in my head too. So I don't, me personally, I don't believe the hoopla of the 215, the 220, that could have been shared some other places, but 208 I feel like is a respectable number. Now, let's talk, for instance, the Japanese bikes, okay? So if we did I feel like on the dyno, king of horsepower, ZX10 for the Japanese stuff. Okay, so if you have a ZX10, BSTs, Sprint air filter, good exhaust, I'm not even gonna call one, I mean, let's just say the good/best exhaust, ceramic bearings, 520 chain, like all the little trick stuff, I feel like we're 204-ish. So if this makes 208, a ZX10 is 18,000, VSTs are 5, exhaust is 3, 8. Let's say you're in it for 26 grand. So we're 26 versus 40.
I'm right at 40 on my build, but again, a couple discounts.
Okay,
There, you know,
so
I'm
40
at
grand
40.
versus less than 30 grand for sure. What
That's paying full price.
I know, but which one is going to come out? I'm really curious to see. This is going to be a fun comparison. Let's see. So I'm at, like, I can't be at 208 I'll go with 206. I'll go on the lower side. It's like the price is right.
Yep.
208, 211. Let's see what we got. Hey boys, here we go. She's all loaded up, ready to go. Let's see if all that money paid off. 3 pulls the same way we did mine. great numbers so far, guys. Just 210 on that pole. Impressive numbers. Pretty. Yeah. And on top of that, it did just like mine. It picked up 1 horsepower, 1 horsepower, 1 horsepower as the tire gets hotter. That's why we try to be as fair as we could in the comparison to do everything the exact same. So let's take away, I've got the best run from the slip-on, and we'll put the best run from the, I guess you would say, full exhaust. We've got red versus blue. So one thing that I guess you would say I noticed is that yours is still got a tiny bit of a little dip.
Yeah, but it's not near.
It's nowhere near as bad. But overall, like, even down here at 4,000 and 5,000 RPMs, which is something you might feel taking off from a red light, still pretty big gains there. But man, when you get up top, that aftermarket exhaust, the tune, and the velocity stacks are definitely kicking in. And then look at that extra
I
RPM.
was literally getting ready to say that extra rev where you can rev it out.
I mean, on top end, roll racing, street racing, that's a gigantic difference. In other words, I definitely feel like money spent. That's a smart investment right there. That's what we'll call it. Because the lady friend is out there, the wife is outside. We don't want to, that's a real smart financial decision we made, boys. This thing has really seemed to be making some power. So we're going to get this one off the dyno, and then we're going to put the Aprilia on there to see if it even comes close. The Aprilia is on the dyno, warming up. Predictions. What are we calling for the, I don't know if I'm looking at it right. Predictions. What are we looking at on horsepower on this? I'm going to let you guys go first because I got no clue.
I'm saying more 190s. I want to say 192, but I really don't know. Maybe 190 exactly, but that's going to be hard.
I'm going to be the ultimate Aprilia hater and say 180 flat. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, guys. So we got some pretty good guessers in the house. I think this guy won like every time, but 191 for the Aprilia, 189 and 190, so pretty consistent. Let's, I guess you would say, thin down the run so we can put just the best from each bike. Pretty fun comparison overall with all these machines, but let's see what we got. Let's call it the old Aprilia is hanging in there pretty strong. Some pretty respectable. I took the wrong one off. Hold on a second. 189. Which one was the best? 190. 191. So some really good numbers out of the Aprilia, and you can see power-wise down low up until 10,000 RPMs. Pretty close. All of them were actually pretty close in comparison at 10 and 11,000 RPMs. You can see right here in this one little spot, what's that, at like 11,000? Looks like 10.5. You know, the two ducks make almost the same thing, but as they keep revving, looks like the most money prevailed, guys. So, all in all, with these motorcycles, yeah, all you got to do, spend a little money, and you can go fast. But that is a pretty fun comparison. We got Aprilia and 2 Ducatis, and
The day of the 1100s, that's for sure.
the day of the 1100s.
This is a 1078.
1078, so we had to get a micrometer out to know the difference. But nah, overall, pretty fun day, pretty fun runs. Cam, definitely the ultimate guesser. So there you see it, guys. That's the final numbers. Comment, let me know what you think. I'm gonna drop the links to the Instagram for these two guys. Go follow them, check them out. Cam brought the Aprilia, he brought the Duck, and we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We do stuff like this every so often, and if you got something like this and you want to bring it to our dyno and see what it does, hit us up and let us know. Thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button. We'll see you next time.